Everybody, welcome back. We're at Ships at Sea. We're going to take off from where we left off and try to find some jobs at the port here. We'll call this Port 1 because the names of these towns are just too insane for me to say. I'm not capable of pronouncing it, and I don't want to destroy them. So let's see what we have available today. We had just delivered 3 loads. All right. 12 hours. 12 hours. Let's see, we should probably stick closer. Why don't we go here? I saw that on the map earlier. Shouldn't be too bad. 313 experience, 5,000. That, all right. Yeah, let's go take it. I don't want to take too many jobs at once when it goes, damn, multiple places. Um, just because I haven't been able to figure out the navigating too well, as you saw in the first episode. That was brutal. I'm sure there was some sympathetic embarrassment going on. Not that I was really embarrassed about it, but I should have been. So let's try to figure this one out today, and let's make some money because I'd like to see some other boats. You know, that's really what we probably play this for is expanding our fleet and making that money, getting better. So last box, get on board. Let's boop. Looks as good as any. So man, that trips me out. The textures here have to be super thin um, to get that effect. They should have made that a little bit thicker. Let's see. Push start. There we go. E and push V. We're going to throttle back a little bit and then cast off since we will be fighting the current a little bit. I'm going to try to back over here because I think I need to. Yeah, right over there. It's right across um, the water. I don't imagine this would be a bay. I imagine maybe the sea. Uh, Small little jog. Got 12 hours to do this. I imagine since I have 12 hours, I'll have just enough time to get in there and get parked. So let's see. Have a little sip of coffee. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Improving yourselves. Never stop. Always continue to drive for something more. Um, when you reach that peak that you've been aiming for so long, uh, look up. Set something else. Learn something new. It doesn't. Uh, if you've reached the peak and you see nothing else in sight, look for a different mountain. Let's keep climbing. So, uh, kind of what my goal is. I do that continuously. I teach my kids to always try to better, whether it's something you've done before or something new. Um, Knowledge is the thing that sets you apart from others. So, if you reach out and try to learn something, um, there's a lot of people that don't even take that step. So bravo for doing that. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. You'll get there. So back to the game. We're chugging our happy little motorboat across this little section of sea. Hopefully they have something that pays well here. Um, I don't know how big the contracts get. Hey, I personally feel that 5,000 is a lot. I don't know. This boat was 45,000, so all you need is 10 of those contracts back and forth to the water here, and um, you've got this boat. So I'm not upset about it. So we'll keep it up. Try to move along here. So let's slow down. Slow down. We got the current to push us, so we're gonna kind of bring it down. Rotate. That water texture over there on those rocks is trippy. They might try to go for that blended look, but yeah, the water layers taking ownership over there. All right, Slow down. Move closer to the dock. I am working on it, believe me. T. Yes, okay. We'll bring it down. We'll hit, I think it's V. We'll turn that off. There we go. Uh, E. Okay. Hit F. Let's go. Grab our box. Let's make that money. All right. Leave the boat. We are a ways from the dock. But I guess that's honestly how I like it. I don't want to get that close. X. There we go. I hope that wait. Yeah, okay, we're at the right one. There we go. Let's get the two totes that remain and move on. I do like that they have the name of the town here. So that way you don't have to run all the way up here and start to set it down before you realize it. I imagine this is a Norwegian area or something along those lines. Like my little hat. Let's go. I wonder how many. I imagine there's plenty of parts of the world like this where they have one house on an island. That's kind of the community I like. There we go. All right. Office right here. Very generic door. Uh, Wait a second. That's it's here. We're not here though. It's obviously right over there. Um, Four goods. I don't know if it's worth more. I'd like to be able to see what each one's worth instead of. Do I dare click on it here? Well, just okay. So I can click on it. Duh. I just did this. Okay. So I make 5 grand for such a short jog. Seven. See, that doesn't compare. Why would I take this for 2,000 more? Barrett, see, when the big boats start happening, that might make some sense. None of these are together. This is right across. Hmm. We'll go here. I think that's where I originally, just to my left, um, took a load. It was the two smaller crates. Yeah, it's that right. Yep, right over there. Okay, so we'll board the boat. Hit X. All right, all right, I can handle that. 1 day remaining. I got 24 hours to do this. E. All right, all right. Let's hit E again. Okay. I felt like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to place that right on top. All right, like in Schedule 1, we do have that compass up top that helps you navigate to the different elements of your mission. So there's nothing that points to your boat if you get lost in town. Uh, you may think that's crazy talk, but I am pretty talented. So just wait. All right. Fourth and final. Let's pick this up and let's get it on board. All right. We will put this right here. Try to distribute the weight. I don't know if that matters, but if it does, I'd rather be ready for it. Hit E, hit V, and it is behind us, but I think it makes more sense. Untie, go with the current instead of fight the current. When I clear the dock, there we go. We'll start to turn. There we go. Doot, doot. There I already have damage. I'm at 98%. I imagine that's integrity of the boat, not damage. Unless I've only have 2% remaining of ship integrity. These waves are no joke. But we'll have to see. We'll have to watch that damage meter. I obviously let that one go, and I skipped out on damage class. Tutorial didn't show me. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we already delivered here. This is my arch nemesis for delivery points. Let's see if I can do better this time. Maybe not cut the motor so fast. Um, we'll see. So I'm gonna stay to the outside of this post, just in case it's the depth isn't too deep over there. It keeps wanting to cut right. I think I've seen that in a trailer. Um, you can fix those lights or something. Not sure, but I thought I had. So we'll have to see when we get to the maintenance boat. I just want to try everything. There's, I'm a big Deadliest Catch fan. I watch that show and with my son, excuse me. Uh, so I hope they are gonna add the crab fishing stuff that was in previous games. I'm not sure. Like the roadmap does say more boats, and I don't recall specifically what type of boats. Um, so I'll have to have another look. But big crab fishing fan. I imagine any type of fishing would be fun. See, the current is coming from straight ahead of me, but it keeps trying to make me turn right, which I think was the problem before. So the two currents are coming together here. See, I think this isn't really coded correctly current wise because they have the current coming directly at me from this rock instead of coming through the canal here or whatever you would refer to this properly as. Um, like over here, you can tell the current's sweeping through here, which makes sense. But over there, it's coming from the rock. So you have two current directions, and that's what's I think was messing me up. Um, yeah, let's see. Slow, move forward, slow. That ain't good. T. There we go. V. Um, let's take a look. We're gonna turn this off and wait because the thing. Let's see. Yeah. It's F. Sorry about that. It was just got a text from my son. He was, as usual, as a teenager, trying to get called out of school. So let me how that worked. That was my first pause of recording, so we'll go from there. Gotta love the teenagers. Alright, let's see. Hit X. What's the place right there in the center? Alright, let's get these others off the boat. Try to find another good paying contract. I just with this slower boat, it doesn't I don't feel that it makes a lot of sense to yeah, to make those long jogs when it's not paying a lot more. That's five times over 5 times the distance, and yeah, it's I need that money. I need that money. So let's see. Hit X. Final one. Let's do this. All right. There we go. Moving on up. I keep that up. I'm gonna. Man, it's back and forth. One item. See? Look at that. One item. Oh, there it is. Oh, but that's a lot of experience. It's one box for, but that's a long ways. I I I I can't do it. It doesn't make sense. My boat is so slow. We'll be here all day, which is really not my goal, but yeah, would be here all day. Let's make sure that holds. Hit V. We're gonna pull away. There we go. I'm trying to. Am I rotate? Yeah, I am gonna rotate correctly here. Alright, alright. Back up. Get moving forward. Strong left. Maybe slower forward. Let the current rotate me around. As I start to turn, I will straighten out, and there we go. We're getting there. All right. Well, I have to say, we are becoming true boat captains. We're at 18,752 uh, Norwegian krones, maybe? I'm not sure. I'll have to check out what NOK is. Um, Turn the boat NOK currency. Norwegian krone. All right, that was a pretty good guess. Complete guess, but made sense. We are halfway to leveling up, which is definitely good in my book. And I don't know if that increases my certificate or if there's some type of skill tree I'll have to find. My damage is going down. Okay. So that is an integrity meter instead of a damage meter. So I'll have to look at getting repairs, which is pretty exciting. I'm a big fan of that system, maintaining the boat. Um, Part of any good simulator is the money sink. So let's go. There we are. See, this would be brutal. This is 0 miles from each other, zero point 0.0 even, which doesn't really make much sense. So maybe like zero point 0.1. But and this we're like maxed out. We are definitely going to be working for another boat, um, which is the whole point of this game. But yeah, this is brutal. Here we go. Good, trying to line it up. Boop boop. All right, slow her down, slow her down. Reduce speed T to dock. All right. Hit V, hit E. I wonder if I accidentally hit it or something the first time to make it restart. Leave the boat. I think the first time I tried to play this, just like a single mission, um, I I kept trying to like get as close as I could, and I didn't realize. There we went. All right, so there is. Oh, here's the skill tree. So we're level 2 now. Total experience 1,000. So continues to loop on itself. I wonder if it ever increases to like 5,000. Unused skill points, 2. Alright, so we'll head over there next. 2.8 kilometers. I'm still an amateur certificate. The company. So this is how you do the multiplayer. Guy Inc. Skill tree. Hmm. One extra inventory slot. For me or the boat? Because I don't know if, we'll have to see. How about more, like 10% faster? Um, oh, alright. Can repair out at sea. Allows 10% hull repair. Alright, maybe I'll need that. Can repair small electrical failures. That sounds more important. Um, repair 3% faster. Hey, I'd rather be slow and capable than, I guess it depends the circumstance, really. Put fires out 25% faster. That's important at sea. Okay. A jigger. Wait. That's Jigger. Can fish with jigger. A long liner. Can fish with long line. And can fish with net. So this is I think we're gonna want to go the fishing route since I'm a big fan of the fishing aspects of these games. Can operate small cranes. I don't know if the small crane affects this boat. Like you can use a small crane on this boat, so I don't know how much that'll help. I don't think the movement speed is all that slow. So I personally am not a huge fisherman in real life. So I imagine this is for small scale, like fishing rod fishing. I imagine you would hold this and whoop 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 like that. So maybe long line. I have 2 points, so engineer. I don't know if this would open me up to repair jobs. Um, why don't we get the long line and we'll do one of each. Um, basic electrical failures because I saw in the trailer they are messing with electrical stuff. So maybe that. Well, wait, did that say? Yeah, uh, air. Do they all say that? Yeah, he needs to fix that button. That's not how I spell acquire, but yeah, that does happen, I suppose. All right. I don't know. Okay, so as long as I'm in the cargo boat, I only see a cargo mission. So um, I am getting more. Like, we've been here. That's right across behind me. And that's 300 more crones, 1,000 more, and 9 more experience. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's not making sense. All right, let's do this. Maybe it's that's the point. I we'll have to see as we go. That might keep me close to home in these small boats, small boats. Um, and then as you get in larger boats, it really starts to make more sense. So we'll have to see. Um, can I walk on this thing? All right, let's go about this. Go over here. Wait, see, we're already halfway to paying this boat off, which, come on, man, that's awesome. All right, get the next two. There we go. Half loaded, baby. Maybe that speed walking would be important. I didn't think it was that bad, but now that I've kind of seen the light, um, it might be. Okay, come over here. Final box. Push E. Ugh. There we go. Okay, let's get up here and push V. Oh, that V's not very helpful if the boat's not moving. Alright, we will rev up. That way we're getting ready to roll. Oh, no. I'm not going to touch anything. There we go. Clear the dock. We'll have to try to catch another load back into town. It's not that it's that far. Um, like when I play ATS, American Truck Simulator, I'm a big fan on trying to stay loaded and not deadhead. Um, that's an expensive process for the company owner. Um, I've previously owned a trucking company before, so did the whole logistics game. But it can get expensive if it happens too much. So I don't like to run empty and go places unless uh, in a game I get it. Um, but I do like to also explore all the maps. So sometimes I'll choose to just deadhead and drive around in that. But generally speaking, I try to always have a load on board. Giggity. And that way I'm not the one paying for the exploration of the map. So yeah, that's kind of how I do those logistical or exploration games. Gotta have that customer pay for it, right? Alright. And I'm not sure this is how a boat rudder actually works. I'll have to look at the settings. I feel that the um, boat rudder is actually a knob that you rotate and it's set in place and it has like a level of resistance to it. And it doesn't return to center unless you rotate the stick or the knob or whatever that would be referred to as. Let's see. Don't crash. I'm trying to feel out how much the current actually uh, manipulates you in movement. T. All right. Well, V, E. See? See? I didn't do anything. All right. V, F. It's all right. It happens, I guess. Pick up the box. I am so close to the dock. Here we go. Yeah, all right. Oh well, it works, right? I'm here. And if I recall the damage meter, it's still at 95, so that's a success in my book. Let's see. Board. Here we go. Hit E. We'll put this on this back one, maybe over here. Ugh. And here we go. And we are done. Done, 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 done. Ah, 28,266. We are doing it. We are doing great things. And that's where we're going to end this one. I appreciate all your time. Uh, any likes, comments, or subscribes you can provide, I truly appreciate every single one. Thank you. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Take it easy.